Be a part of WCTC's real-time talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
Think we could listen to the radio or something?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 8:08. Welcome to hour number 3 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It is Bert. Good to have you here. Our contest, we did that earlier. We do have one pair of tickets left that I'm going to give away tomorrow. People just are going crazy for the tickets for Taste of Middlesex tomorrow. I promise. I've got one final pair of tickets to give away. I'll do it then. Let's get to the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline. My special guest here to talk about March is National Nutrition Month. She is the Outpatient Nutritionist at St. Peter's University Hospital in New Brunswick. And we have Laura Vetter, who is with us here on WCTC. Hey, Laura, it's Bert Barron. How are you?
Good morning. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Of course. My pleasure. Thank you. You know, we're into March. You know, people that have had the New Year's resolutions about eating better and dieting and staying in shape, hopefully the people are still at it and they're starting to see some results. And March is now when you really focus on, making some good, healthy food choices. You have some tips and some good information you want to share with us today?
Of course. So March being National Nutrition Month, it's the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics theme for this year is Put Your Best Fork Forward, which reminds us that we all hold the tool to healthy eating, being that fork. And what we put in our mouth is our choice to do, too.
It's remarkable. And is it still sort of, try to create a colorful plate with lots of vegetables and fruits? And that's just sort of a simple thing to keep in mind and know that you're making some good food choices, right, Laura?
Absolutely, because the variety of colors does help to increase the vitamin and mineral content of foods, and it makes it more palatable. It makes you want to eat it, too. Yeah,
a couple of other things to keep in mind, and it seems like physical activity is becoming more and more. It's a combination of not only diet and good food choices. You know what? Get some exercise, too. We're getting to the time of year, and we're going to get a little setback with the snow tomorrow. But you know what? Get back outside. We're going to move the clocks ahead an hour. Your afternoons are going to have some daylight again. Go for a little walk around the block or something, either before or after dinner. Just a little bit of exercise really makes such a big difference.
And we've all heard, get that 30 to 60 minutes of exercise in a day. And many of us don't have that hour at the end of the day that we could commit to exercise. But like you said, if we could do 10 minutes a few times a day, that adds up. And that's what it's about. It's doing 10 minutes in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, 10 at night. That's 30 minutes that you already achieved. And you don't need a gym. If you have a floor, you could exercise.
You're right. Anybody can walk. If you have 2 shoes and a floor, you could walk. But it's like something is better than nothing. Even if you can't do this hour thing, like you said, just do something. Every little bit really contributes. So
it certainly does.
That's important to do. When it comes to water, I can't tell you how many times, Laura, you hear over the years about when people, the so-called experts, try to tell people how much water they should drink in a day. They say, it's your weight times your age times your speed limit of the house in front of your house there. There's got to be a right way and a wrong way to calculate how much water a person should drink over the course of a day. Is there a rule of thumb that people should follow?
An easy thing to do is to aim for more than you're doing now. If we think we're doing enough, we probably aren't. And yes, we've all heard the 8 cups of water is granted a baseline that we should all be getting. But if you're not used to doing 8 cups, if you're not even used to doing a cup, aim for a cup first. Start small and build yourself up to it too. And dehydration, hunger, sometimes that's just a kind of a precursor for that you're just thirsty. So try to drink something before your meals too.
Yeah, and try not to confuse what people say, well, I drink water or I drink coffee and hot chocolate and cranberry juice all day. It's not water. You're not drinking water, right?
Correct. Yeah. Fluids do count, especially if they're non-caffeinated beverages. We can count them toward that fluid. But again, look to see what the calories are in those foods and those beverages also.
Yeah. Another important thing, and this is when it really kind of gets me with the crazy schedule, Laura, that I keep, and it has to do with sleep. Does everybody need to have the same amount of sleep, or is everybody different for how much sleep they need to kind of function on the next day?
Everybody is probably different, and especially based on age, too. However, when we sleep well, we make healthier food choices because our mind is clearer, we're rested, and we have energy to exercise. So sleep is a big key to healthy eating, too.
I can't tell you how many times, in the interest of full disclosure, just, being tired one day, a late night, doing some things for the station, and it's like, I don't know, I'm just hungry. Just give me something, I'll eat anything. And that's the last thing I think you want to do, right?
Yeah, we reach for those fast foods. We're driving home. We don't want to go home and cook a meal, so we do reach for things that are fast and easy.
Laura Vetter's our guest here on Jersey Central. She's the outpatient nutritionist, St. Peter's University Hospital, and we're talking about things going on with March is National Nutrition Month. Now, you're doing some things that you started internally, Laura, just kind of working with the internal staff at the hospital there?
Yeah, so every Wednesday at the hospital, we are doing a National Nutrition Month activity from 11 to 2 in our first floor cafeteria. And I'm up there talking to employees, to patients, to family members that are coming through. And we're talking this week coming up, we're going to be talking about disease prevention. We just yesterday talked about different herbs, and we had a little bit of a game about different herbs. We'll be talking about mindfulness and also portion control for the rest of the month, too.
All critical things. All critical things. How about when it comes to, seasonings and spices? You hear about, well, have salt, don't have salt, have a sea salt, which is, they say, better for you. Salt and pepper, good for you, bad for you, depends?
Try not to add salt to foods because so many of the foods that we're eating, because as you mentioned, we're kind of on the go, we're getting a lot of processed foods already. They have so much salt and sodium in them. Trying to aim for fresh herbs, even over dried herbs, to boost the flavor without adding salt. Pepper, it's wonderful. If you garlic, anything like that, any spices, any herbs we can get over salt, it's going to add more flavor to your foods.
Garlic, I like that. Just get the garlic tabs for the next morning there, right? Yeah,
Absolutely.
Laura Vetter, outpatient nutritionist, St. Peter's University Hospital. Thanks for the time this morning. Sounds like a great program there at St. Peter's, and let's make March a much healthier month for everybody. So thanks for the time, all right?
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You as well. Thank you. All right, Jersey Central traffic and weather time, 8:15.